Hello, everyone. Thank you all for coming. I'm Joanne, and it's a pleasure to be here with you all. We're very excited to unveil our new Active Protect data protections appliances. Over the last 2 decades, Synology has become a trusted solution provider of data management and protections. We have ensured the safety of the data stored on our system, and we're expanding our reach into enterprise backup segment. Earlier this year, we have reached a significant milestone. We have ensured protected 20 million entities with our solution. Our customers, including notable organizations like UNESCO, are using Synology to protect their IT infrastructures over 70 branches around the world. Toyota faced rapid expansions and increase of data storage demands. By leveraging Synology solutions, it helped them reduce nearly 70% of savings, all while implementing a more comprehensive backup plan. SK Shipping, they have retired their tape-based backup with Synology solution. By doing that, it helped them increase and improve their recovery capabilities, as well reduce the management costs and time spent. As we continue to work with our customers, we identify more challenges troubles IT, including managing larger, more complex deployments, ensuring the backup performance in a very intensive workload, as well making sure that copy works when needed. Today, we'll be introducing Active Protect data protection appliances. It's designed to simplify your backup infrastructure and also enhancing the coverage and guaranteeing the recoverabilities. So let me introduce Catherine to introduce you Active Protect.
Hello everyone, I'm Catherine, and I'm very happy to be here today to be taking the wraps off of our new product line, Active Protect Data Protection Appliance. So first of all, what exactly is Active Protect? Active Protect is the name of a new family of data protection appliances that is purposely built to be scalable, fast, and most importantly, to be able to keep organizations' data and backup safe and sound. For this particular appliance, we will be building a brand new operating system interface called the Active Protect Manager. And it offers best-in-class ease of use and the capabilities of protecting almost everything across the entire organization, including employee workloads like endpoints, devices, to core virtual and physical infrastructures. We've also extended protections to the cloud services and file servers that organizations may also be using. Additionally, Active Protect Appliance comes with built-in offsite backup capabilities, offering organizations to follow the Golden Principle 3-2-1 backup framework. So, organizations can use Active Protect Appliance or Synology storage systems or cloud storage options, including Synology C2 or AWS S3 as their offsite backup destinations. And speaking of management complexity, we understand that backing up can be very chaotic and challenging sometimes, especially when ransomware is happening more often and businesses are starting to use a whole load of platforms and tools for their production and productivity. So, Active Protect Appliance aims to streamline the whole data protection process by introducing a hardware and software integrated backup solution, covering the entire data protection lifecycle from deployment to daily maintenances. So talking about making backups easy, let me share with you some numbers that we tested. So when you deploy Active Protect Appliance, the system will automatically apply the optimal setting for the user. So the initial setup would take less than 10 minutes. And overall, businesses can start performing backups for their data within 15 minutes. So we made the appliance setup to be very fast and simple for organizations to set up the whole process. Okay, and for businesses that have larger scale deployments, we understand their needs. They might prefer having backup servers at each of their locations. So to achieve this, in our appliance, we will be introducing a brand new clustered or architecture design, meaning that organizations can centrally manage up to 2,500 backup servers and appliances at the same time, as well as 150,000 endpoints and backup resources in one single management interface. Now you get the idea that applying an Active Protect appliance can be very simple and easy, right? But businesses may also have large deployments like 20 locations, so they may be requiring 20 appliances at the same time. So you might be thinking, wouldn't that still be difficult for them to actually deploy that many? And the answer is not at all. Synology has already thought about this. So in this appliance, we are introducing a new feature called Protection Plan Design. This is where organizations can centrally apply one comprehensive protection plan to multiple devices. So to dive into this scenario a bit more details and to see it happening in real action, let me introduce our product manager, Shalina, to illustrate this for you.
Hi everyone, this is Shalina, and I am the product manager of Active Protect Appliance. So for the demonstration, I will use Synology as an example. Synology has 7 offices across the world, and each office actually has their own Active Protect appliance to back up their own devices, servers, and cloud accounts. And all of these appliances are then backup copied to another appliance at our offsite third-party data center. And all of these are managed by our headquarters here in Taiwan. So through our Active Protect cluster architecture design, ITs only need to log into the headquarters Active Protect appliance, and they will be able to manage all backed up devices, servers, and cloud accounts from there. And they will also be able to monitor their status as well. And not just that, they are also able to see the status of the backup servers just in case any of them are disconnected. And for daily maintenance, they actually just need to look at this dashboard and see if there are any errors on here. And if there are, they just need to press this number, and that they will be redirected to the resource list of backups that have failed and look at the details for any backup issues. So if our legal team has now decided to change the company policy and require all critical backup data to be kept for at least 180 days, we actually don't need to go through the whole list and change them one by one. We just need to click this protection plan, as Catherine mentioned earlier, and find the most critical plan and go to the backup setting and type in 180 days, and we will be able to save, and there, that's it. All of the devices that is under this plan will now take this new rule and back up accordingly. And other than that, if our CEO has now requested all of the cloud, all of the salesperson's Microsoft 365 Exchange data to be backed up daily instead of weekly, we also don't need to do that one by one. We just need to go to the cloud applications, filter out the sales group, and select all. And we can change plan to daily backup. And after we saved, all of the sales accounts would be backed up daily instead of weekly. And let's say if our Germany office has decided that they want to upgrade their VM host, and before they do so, they want to make sure that all virtual machines are backed up, and just in case like the upgrade goes wrong or anything, then they would just need to come to this virtual machine tab and then look for that specific host and filter out all of the virtual machines under this host and backup. And once this backup is completed, they can just upgrade their VM host without any worries. And before we move on, I'd like to show you one last feature. That would be the auto backup rule. So what is auto backup rule? Just let's say we, at the headquarters today, bought a brand new VM host and created just a few VMs. And now we've decided that we want to back up all of the virtual machines, and we want that all of the virtual machines created in the future also be backed up automatically. we don't need to come in here every day and like choose the virtual machines one by one to back up. Instead, we just need to set an auto backup rule, and we can select the destination and then select the host that we want to back up, and then give it a rule, a plan that we just mentioned, like we want to back it up daily, and then that's it. After that, they will ask you if you want to back it up now. We can back up immediately, and here it is. Anything that's added in this VM host in the future will be backed up automatically. And this can save a lot of the IT's time, that they don't need to come into the portal and add new virtual machines every day. And this can also avoid any possible human errors of like missing a selection for backup. And this auto protection method is not only for the virtual machines. It actually is implemented for our cloud accounts as well as the agent-based devices, so that we can make managing the backups a lot easier just through this one portal. And that's it for the demonstration right now, and let me hand it back to Catherine.
Right, now. But however, backup doesn't necessarily mean risk-free. As we see ransomware happening more and more often, it's sad to say that the tech needs are also advancing. So what they can actually do now is that they can actually target organizations' backup servers, and resulting their backup folders and data being encrypted by ransomware. So in this case, what exactly can organizations and IT leaders do? Shelter Harbor is a nonprofit, industry-led organization in the US that handles financial data securities, and they propose a framework. They encourage businesses to keep offline and isolated backup copies. While tape backups were once an option, still is, but they are once favored for their isolation and being tamper-resistant. However, we need to admit that they can be insufficient when it comes to fast data retrievals, and can cause potential burdens for data replacement and data tracking. So, to tackle this problem, Active Protect Appliance handle this problem with a modernized approach. We now re-highlight 3 key elements to form a modern ransomware defense. And these 3 elements include immutable protection, offline backups, and fast restorations. Now, let's first talk about immutable protection. So immutability is probably the most important aspect when it comes to defending ransomware. And Active Protect enables IT users to define their protection plans, including how long they want their backups to be immutable for. And the good thing is that this policy can be applied to both offsite and local backup copies. So we make sure that in any forms of backup data that organizations have, they are securely protected. And because Active Protect is a unified hardware and software integrated solution, there is no need for IT teams to separately configure the storage locations or any WARM policies. Next, organizations can set up physical and logical air gaps to add another protection to their backup copies. So we offer this in 3 ways. You can either enable firewall, or you can disable the network cards, or even just shut down the whole hardware, depending on the organization's protection requirements. So Synology has been protecting organizations' data for over 2 decades now. And from hardware monitoring to multi-layer access controls, and on top of all of these security-centric capabilities, we make sure that appliances can keep organizations' data backup there when they need it. And lastly, whether organizations are running regular practice drills or they are actually reacting to real-time incidents, Active Protect offers a range of restoration options, allowing users and organizations to bounce back quickly in any situations. Okay, to demonstrate a bit more about this, let me once again invite Shalina to do the demonstration for you.
So as we all know, the reason why we back up data is to have the option to one day restore data in case a disaster ever occurs. So let's talk about an accident that happened at one of our offices. Let's say because of the accident, our backup server and the VM host of that office are broken. And just so happened that one of our most important service is running on that specific VM host. And we need it up and running right now so that there's no downtime at all. So we just need to come to this virtual machine list, find that specific virtual machine, and open the recovery portal, find the latest version, and restore it. And because we need that to be up and running right now, we can perform an instant restore to our third-party data center that we have our backup copies. And right now, we can just add next. And we offer different options. Actually, we can restore to VMware, Hyper-V, or if your company does not own either of those or none of them are available, you can also choose to restore it to the built-in hypervisor, which we'll do that for now. And right here, you would just need to give it a name and click Next because all configurations are actually predefined, so it's very, very easy. And after this is done, you can go to the task list and see that it's restoring. And once this status is changed to ready to migrate, we can connect to it. And this would only take a few minutes before your service can be up and running again. So this actually prevents any downtime that you have if your VM host is actually broken in terms of, I don't know, accidents or anything that might happen, or human errors as well. And we not only offer the option to restore from our offsite appliance, but if a company does not have an offsite data center where they can put their appliance, we also offer the option for you to copy your backup from the appliance to our C2 cloud storage, as well as the AWS S3 mentioned earlier. And that way, you can also restore it back from the cloud directly and also in just this one portal, making it very simple. And that's it for the demonstration. Thank you.
Right, now, let's talk a little bit more about performance. So, as a purpose-built system, we now do several things differently. For storage configurations, including our caching strategies, are now designed to optimize particularly for backup workloads. So much of the indexing and backup metadata is now stored on high-speed SSDs, while the actual files themselves are stored on slower but high-capacity drives. We have also made various improvements to optimize our backup performance. And to put things into perspective, these improvements mean the backup performance of Active Protect appliance is so far the fastest among all Synology solutions. And to compare it to Active Backup, email backup is now 7 times faster. And file server backup is twice the speed. And what's more is that we're introducing global source-side deduplication. This technology not only optimizes the storage space available on the appliances, but it also significantly reduces the bandwidth use. So how does it work? Basically, when you perform a backup on the new device, global deduplication will automatically check the new data against what's already stored on the appliance, making sure that only unique sets of data is transferred throughout the whole process. And to dive a little bit deeper into this scenario, here is an example of two systems with similar data sets. And we can see when we want to perform a full backup on the second system for the first time, Active Protect will only transfer the data that it hasn't seen before. So you can see from the second system. So as a result, this can help organizations save up to 99% of data transmission traffic. Global source-side deduplication also works between Active Protect appliances that are linked together in off-site backup situations. And generally speaking, the Active Protect appliance deployments can help organizations save up to 50% of storage space usages. So to quickly summarize, Active Protect Appliance's scalable architecture can help organizations centrally manage up to 150,000 backup resources. And its native immutable protection and offline backup capabilities can help organizations bounce back quickly in any situations. And finally, our global deduplication technology can help organizations save up to 99% of data transmission traffic, making sure that every inch of the appliance, the storage space, is effectively utilized. Current Active Backup users can also benefit from Active Protect Appliance, and this is how. IT teams can define their protection plans and also consolidate and manage all existing backups from different locations. So they can also set up replication plans to offsite active backup systems, making it easier to make sure that the infrastructure meets the disaster recovery objectives. Now to the exciting part. Active Protect Appliance will be launching different models, with more to come, of course, in the future. And of course, our mission is to meet even more demands. And finally, pricing. Traditional backup software solutions offer various licenses, but they often require organizations to check hardware integration criteria, which makes it difficult for businesses to estimate the total cost they need for backups. So in contrast, Active Protect offers an annual license, and it is charged only based on the organization's needs, based on the actual capacity that they need. So we aim to bring simplicity and transparency to the whole backup pricing structure. So to generally compare to existing solutions, we are proud to say that we can help organizations save up to 90% of recurring fees. An Active Protect system is all-inclusive on their first year. So it doesn't only reduce the TCO on backup appliances, but it also makes it easier for organizations to get started easily. To sum up, we believe backup should be very simple. From procurement and backup, deployment, daily maintenances, and to restorations, Synology's Active Protect appliance covers the entire data protection lifecycle, not only bringing simplicity to the whole process, but most importantly, bring comprehensive protections to all organizations. Once again, I'm Catherine, and thank you very much for coming to our launch event today. Thank you.